My name is Esther, and we're Group 6, and we're going to be giving our recommendation on the pricing strategy, the emotive experience, and the corporate markets for Hypersay. To kick things off, we want to present you some information that we found by conducting primary research. We interviewed 200 different students in 10 different universities around the United States and Europe and the Middle East. These 4 essential questions that are meant to determine Hypersay's main value proposition, which is engaging with the audience during a presentation. This specific research was only for the education segment. However, we believe that the education segment is one of the most important segments for Hypersay and their clientele, and the results are conclusive. 40% of people do not feel engaged when their professor is giving them a lecture, and we believe that Hypersay can change this. But in order to change this, it first needs to look at its pricing strategy, which Julius is going to do.
Hello, I'm Julius. I'm presenting the pricing strategy of Hypersay. So the current pricing strategy is that you can purchase credits, as well you can have a subscription, where you have a subscription fee, of course, a monthly subscription fee. However, there are only 3 paying consumers, as we can see from the insights of Hypersay, and we would like to convert those 120,000 users and those over 200,000 presentations into paying consumers and paying presentations. So even though Hypersay has a really big range, we of course want to convert those free users. And we think by changing the pricing model and cutting the free access as well as the purchase of credits, but only continue with the subscription model. So what we would suggest to offer is to create a new package system where you can buy as like some 10 presentations for $2.99 or 15 for $3.99.
So just to add to what Julius said, this pricing strategy is based on the competitive pricing strategy because we looked at its competitors, so for example, Prezi for Business. So by doing this package system, we're making Hypersay gain a competitive advantage by having a competitive pricing strategy. And another important thing is to understand the growth versus profit.
Yeah, so for the growth versus profit, you say that you should always balance the growth and the profit in a startup so that you don't fall off the balance. And for Hypersay, we see that there's so many users and presentations, but only 3 paying ones. So we see that Hypersay is not balanced out. And that's why we would like to convert the many free users into paying ones.
And a way to do this is by using the Alchemist Accelerator, which is a method and a book used by different startups. And one of the best practices described by the Alchemist Accelerator is creating a customer advisory board. In this way, Hypersay can get feedback on their product, but also convert more paying customers by reaching out to them through LinkedIn.
Decisions that we make are driven not only by the mind and reason, but our feelings and emotions. Because of this, Hypersay should improve its users' emotional experience through increasing engagement and the desire to use Hypersay. There are many factors that we have found that could help this. Hypersay can target the right customers by understanding their product and creating an emotional experience with their customers based on their unconscious emotional motivators. The limbic model. This performs an analysis. This model shows a map that uncovers all human behaviors, desires, motives, and values categorized within all of these 3 systems. A way to leverage those emotions and motives are to lead towards a desired action. The color choice. And organization of Hypersay's webpage.
A pleasant, positive experience that follows a clear pathway on the website is a way to create customers' loyalty and reach new users, as it prevents anxiety-provoking experiences that usually drive the customers away or push them towards the competition. Usability and accessibility might be the factors explaining why only a few users are willing to get the paying version and should therefore be reviewed. Moreover, Hypersay's long-lasting value-added proposition should be told through its intangibles by creating a story, so that customers have an additional motive in their decision-making process, a promise of value that will be delivered. Hypersay didn't miss on delivering the information about what its value proposition is. However, the way they communicated might not be efficient, as it is currently not retaining many paying customers. Therefore, we would advise the website to strive for clarity instead of giving an excessive amount of information that results crowded and that might confuse and disorient the user. Simple messages and slogans, along with the use of visuals elements, can help the storytelling, which should explain the platform relevancy, its quantified value, and differentiation from the competition. To boost its value proposition, the website could also offer small value ads. For instance, free bonus with a purchase, money-back guarantee, or discounted prices that could attract users and wouldn't cost much.
My name is Max, and I will be speaking about the corporate market and the marketing strategies we believe are essential in order for Hypersay to grow and make it more profitable. So when penetrating the EU and the US market, we believe two things are essential. First of all, it must be essential for Hypersay to check the market rights, speaking the legal business environment, in order to reduce the risk of having any legal problems at any point in the future. And the second part is the market and customer feedback, as we believe that the best way on how to review a service and make a service better, such as Hypersay, is to actually see what the customers and the current users believe is essential in order for it to be more attractive to other potential users. So, why social media marketing? We believe social media marketing is essential in order for Hypersay to gain popularity and to increase its reach. As you can see on this pie chart, people spend an incredible amount of time, 18 days to be specific, in their lifetime on social media. At the same time, social media is mostly free, if not used by, in this case, of paid promotions, showing that it is an essential benefit in order to reach more customers on the different social platforms. In specific, we believe that three platforms are perfect in the different sectors. Snapchat in the education segment, as Snapchat is often used by younger people, speaking, students at school or university. However, also younger people in general that have the need in order to use presentations such as Hypersay. The second one is LinkedIn, in which we would target the more corporate customers, speaking the business world and companies. We believe that search engine optimization, SEO, is essential for Hypersay, as it is a free marketing strategy in which targets the entire audience, meaning that using keywords and key topics of people looking for a service such as Hypersay will immediately lead to the website and increase demand. So we were looking to measure the ROI, the return of investment, in three categories: £200, £750, and £2,000. As we found YouTube to be a perfect social platform in order to spread over Hypersay within all the sectors. However, the problem is you have to pay around £100 per 1,000 views of an influencer actually featuring you in the videos, which means basically that on £200 you don't have the ability to do that. So you would concentrate more on free market value and free investments into promotion, while at £750 you can tackle small individual influencers with views around a few thousand, while still incorporating the free promotion. And at 2,000 you can now concentrate on larger enterprises in order to tackle those which can then feature you, such as, for example, TED Talk.
In conclusion, Hypersay offers great value to its customers. However, there needs to be some change in order for Hypersay to become a successful growing business that eventually reaches profit. The first thing we talked about was pricing strategy, and we discussed about how Hypersay needs to limit its pricing strategies to create a package system and subscription system. In this way, it is able to reach as many customers and convert as many free customers into paying ones. And it can do this through creating a custom advisory board with the accelerator guide. And then for emotional experience, we believe that it also needs help, as it does not adequately tell a story and it does not actually appeal to the customers, which may be a reason for its low conversion rate. Therefore, it is important to emphasize imagery and colors following the limbic model. Lastly, for corporate markets, it is essential that in order to target the 3 different customer sections, the company has 3 different marketing approaches, which we have clearly set out to be for social media and Snapchat, for the corporate segment for LinkedIn, and for everybody in general for search engine optimizations. Lastly, our costs and our ROI strategies rely on having marketing strategies through social media platforms that require views. So for example, Snapchat or YouTube, because these are the most popular ways in which to get a marketing strategy that is cost effective and works well. Thank you.